Hello, excuse me, and welcome to the Big Wobble. The world will not end in September. Puerto Rico may be under threat from a catastrophic tsunami, but not a doomsday asteroid. Numerous recent blogs and web postings are claiming that an asteroid will impact Earth somewhere between September the 15th and the 28th, 2015. On one of those dates, as rumours go, there will be an impact on or near Puerto Rico, causing wanton destruction to the Atlantic and Gulf Coast of the United States and Mexico. There is no asteroid, and you can put this baby to bed with all the other false predictions of recent years: 2012, Millennium Bug, Ronald Wineland, Harold Camping and Planet X, just to name a few. But take a good look at the picture on your screen. Puerto Rico is under that mass of little white, orange and yellow balls. Each little ball represents a magnitude 2.5 earthquake or larger, and there has been a swarm of almost 2,000 in the last month. Experts have been warning governments in the area of a catastrophic tsunami event which would make the Indian Ocean tsunami in 2004 look like a walk in the park. Knowledge of the earthquake and tsunami risks has not been widespread among the general public of the islands located near the trench. Since 1988, the Puerto Rican Seismic Society has been trying to use the Puerto Rican media to inform people about a future earthquake that could result in a catastrophic tragedy. Following the 2004 tsunami that affected more than 40 countries in the Indian Ocean, many more people now fear the consequences that such an event would bring to the Caribbean. Local governments have begun emergency planning. It's not going to be an asteroid, but it could be a tsunami. Volcano uptick, Costa Rica's Colossus. Turrialba volcano in new eruption. This new eruption was mostly gaseous exhalation accompanied by an ash column that reached elevations of about 500 meters above the crater. Volcano uptick once again, Japan's Mount Sakurajima volcano. An eruption is imminent. These pictures you've seen on screen are from 5 years ago, the last time it erupted. People living within 3 kilometers of the crater have been told to leave. 40 tons of Popocha chubfish washed up dead on the shores of Lake Cafetitlan, Mexico. Fishermen have been removing thousands of dead fish from a lake near the western Mexican city of Guadalajara. The North Atlantic produces the first hurricane of this season. Tropical Depression Danny strengthened to a hurricane status this week. Cuba and the Caribbean islands are experiencing record drought conditions, so the hurricane, although very dangerous, will bring much needed rain to the area. The system reached hurricane status on Thursday. While we have been reporting insane temperatures recently, spare a thought for people living in Denver who also endured insane temperatures this week, equaling a record low. The previous record low temperature of 47 degrees was set in 1960. On Tuesday, with all these heat waves, Denver equaled the record low. Now, a tip from a Big Wobble reader: Brazilian Reclaiming the Butterfly has told us Volcano Misty in Peru is quietly showing increasing activity. While on my Facebook page, Rod White, who lives close by, is keeping an eye out for the Big Wobble. Thanks again for helping out. Cyanide or other highly toxic substances kill tons of fish in China's blast-stricken city of Tianjin. Last week at least 144 people were known to have died and more than 800 injured following two major explosions in Chinese northern city of Tianjin. It now looks like the cyanide has reached the water and is killing the fish. NOAA finally declares deaths of large whales in the Gulf of Alaska an unusual mortality event. The deaths this year are 3 times above the historical average. And NOAA in trouble again. They report that July 2015 was the hottest month ever recorded on planet Earth. Oceans mostly record warm, but for some reason they fail to mention much cooler than average Gulf Stream in the Northern Atlantic. A much cooler Gulf Stream has caused a much cooler than average Northern Europe, while the rest of the Northern Hemisphere bakes. Volcano uptick, 2 more eruptions from Mexican Colossus, Colima volcano. The images what you're seeing are from 3 weeks ago. The Colima volcano erupted twice on Thursday, spewing ash and smoke more than 3 kilometers into the air. Deadly typhoon Goni aiming for Taiwan, South Korea and Japan. Hurricane Danny to bring much needed rain to parched Caribbean. Typhoon Astani is now beginning to weaken. Typhoon Goni, which claimed 10 lives on Friday in the Philippines, will begin to head northeast this weekend, heading directly for Taiwan, Japan and South Korea. And finally, 1 accident is bad luck, 2 is a coincidence, but 3 is sabotage, so say the military. Another massive explosion at a chemical plant rocks China. The explosion occurred at a factory of Shandong's Rungsing Chemical Company, according to the official People's Daily. It comes after 4 incredibly large explosions in China, Russia and the US, and other disturbing coincidences which smacks of sabotage and mirrors the days leading up to World War I. If we just unwind a little bit and realise what's been going on recently, cyber attacks in July in one day knocked out the New York Underground train system. It knocked out the Stock Exchange, Wall Street Journal and United Airlines. In April of this year, the capital cities of Holland, Turkey, Philippines and Washington DC and the White House in the US all lost power in just over a week. Last September, a strange streak of light in the San Francisco Bay Area sky was thought to be Russia or China testing a vulnerable and unsure US administration with a mock missile attack. Well, that's it for another week. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next week.